Okay, guys, I want to talk about these dumb-ass motherfucking Marvel Rivals placement matches. They're awful. They're terrible. I know people have been asking about for them for a long time because they're like, oh my god, I get stuck in these low ranks for so long. I could just go up. But the thing is, if you're in Diamond, not, let's say you peak GM, right? At the end of the season, you finish GM2. You will start the next season in Gold 3, and you will feel like, oh my god, my games are so hard. If I would have just bumped up my placement matches, would have bumped me up, then I would be playing with people on my skill level. No, everybody in GM2 got bumped down to Gold 3. You have the same skill level in your matches. For everything above Gold 2, that's how it works. Everyone from your skill level is in there. And so, by giving you these placement matches, did get put in Gold 3. I went from GM2 to Gold 3. Right? That's how it works. But the problem is, I'm getting people who were above GM. People were peaking Celestial or GM1. People that are better and more skilled than me are on the enemy team. That shouldn't happen. The way the rank reset kept that from happening. Like, sure, it was taking longer to rank up to your, oh, this is where I belong rank, but you were playing with the same people of the same skill level. And that's why it worked. Now, I understand why, like, you would want this if you are, because when I did the math and I thought about it, I went, okay, if you're in Gold 2 and below, yeah, I get it. I understand. Why does my nose look so fucking crooked? I don't know. It's just one of those things. Now, I understand if you were in Gold 2 or below, like why you would want these placement matches, because if you're in Gold 2, everyone from Bronze 3 to Gold 2 at the start of the new season, you're all in Bronze 3 together. I get it, because you might be getting varying levels of skill, and you're like, oh, I just want placement matches. Even if I'm a Silver 3 peak, put me back in Silver 3, put all the Silver 3 players back in Silver 3. I don't think placement matches are the best option. Or at least make them better and well-defined, because tell me why a console top 500 player was in my fucking gold game. Sure, you can say all you want. Oh, he's on console. It's not as skilled as PC players. Blah blah blah. PC Eternity, one above all, because he was one above all. I don't even know if he was top 500. I just made that up. I'm sorry. He was one above all on Spider-Man, Black Panther, all the dive characters on console. And sure, you can say all you want about how like, oh, but he wouldn't hit that on PC. Yeah, but he's not gonna be in a fucking gold lobby on PC. He's played on PC for like 3 hours total, and he didn't have the same mechanical skills as the other people in the lobby, sure, as like top players. He wasn't hitting all of his web slings, but he was playing Spider-Man and he was messing up our entire team. He is out of our skill level. I was playing people who peaked Celestial on the enemy team. Like, I was looking through one of my matches, I was like, this was such a wash. Why did our team get absolutely washed? Everybody was negative. We all had like 10 deaths at the end of the first round. We couldn't really do anything. We would regroup, walk out as a team, explode. The only time we ever stopped them was when we had more support ults than them, and I'm like, that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be that much of a wash. What is wrong with what was so wrong with people on the roles that they didn't play? And one of them was they have 300 hours on Cloak and Dagger and played tank. 300 hours on Cloak and Dagger, 100 hours on Rocket, no tanks in their top 10, and they were playing Magneto the entire game, insta-lock that shit. So yeah, but our entire team is like peak gold and peak plat, and I had people on their team peak diamond, peak GM, peak celestial, and then there was 2 that peaked in gold, but like, those 2 got carried by the people who are clearly out of our skill level, and so they should not be in gold with us. The placement matches are bad. There are people putting people from way higher up way far down, and so it is making these games a wash. I genuinely might stop playing, like at least for a week. There's not much time in each half season, but I might have to stop playing for a week to let them get out of these ranks so I can play again, because it is not fun to sit there and go, oh, I pressed the play button, I wonder if I get the Celestial player or if they get the Celestial player. Let's figure it out. Because like, in that game with the Spider-Man, we had a Magic who did really well, and they were way out of our skill level too, but nowhere near that one. That Spider-Man had double the final hits of the next highest in the lobby. No, because our Magic had 35, he had 40. The next highest on his team, and higher than everyone but the Magic on our team. Like, we played 3 supports, but it was always a 5v6, because he was always killing us. I was playing Jeff, dude, and I don't know if it's a Spider-Man buff or what, but as soon as he web-slinged me, if he grabbed me with that thing, I was dead. There was nothing I could do. As fast as I can react, I'm trying to change. And I went, well, I could play Loki, but then I'm thinking about it, and I go, no. Because after he pulls me to him, because he's not pulling him to me, he's pulling me to him into a back alley. Like, he's hitting me with the web tracer. He's not hitting me with the web tracer. He's pulling me first, then hitting me with the web tracer and doing a different combo. So I can't expect it to happen. I can't swap fast enough for that. I'm gonna die before I can swap. That's the whole problem with me playing Jeff. I can't get underwater fast enough. I die anyways. I'm gonna die before the swap animation finishes. The only thing I might have is lamps, but then I'm wasting my lamps every 10 seconds. I'm still gonna die. I'm gonna give myself 10 more seconds to live before he gets his pull back. Like, it doesn't really make sense. And then I was just thinking about it. I was thinking about who I could play to survive that, and I'm like, no one. If I get pulled and I cannot react fast enough, not even react fast as I could react, I was dying, because I would get under the water, and before I could go anywhere or spit a bubble to like do the bubble dance, I was dead instantly. So I can't swap in that time. I can't do any of Invis's stuff in that time. Maybe I could dash as Rocket, but I didn't think about Rocket in that moment. Adam's just gonna crumble. Like, all of these characters, I was just going to die to instantly. And yeah, he's better than me. It's a skill difference. I know that. Like, I'm not upset that he's better than me. I'm upset that he's in my lobby being that much better than me. I was reading somewhere, and I was told, and then I read about it, and I don't know if this is true, because it's the internet, but I was told that a top 500 player ended up in silver on PC, not the Spider-Man I'm talking about, but just why? So they obviously don't work. And like, I was originally projected at Plat 2, and I went, oh, that's weird. I'm only gonna lose 3. I'm not gonna lose that much, because I peaked last season at Diamond 2. Diamond 2 is where I finished the season last season. 2 seasons ago I was in GM, but I stopped playing the game as much. My friends aren't on all the time, so I still look you most sometimes, and sometimes we play together, but you know, I still really love the game. I play almost every day by myself, at least 4 or 5 matches. But where was I? Oh, yeah. So I was projected to be Plat 2, and I went, oh, only 3 down? That's weird. Okay, whatever. And I start playing these 3 matches, and I go, not these 3 matches, and it keeps dropping. I lost. I won 4 of them. 4 of my placement matches, and I had someone who was not even like, oh, they're just bad. They were genuinely throwing my placement matches, and I reported all of them, but I haven't seen a notification that said they got banned. And even if they did get restricted, it was gonna be like a 2-minute restriction on comp. They're like, you can just play again in 3 minutes. No, don't you worry about it. Someone didn't ban Gambit, and you didn't like that Gambit was in play? Don't worry about it. I know you wanted to choose Widow. You chose Widow, and you stayed in spawn and went 0-0-0 all game just to make us lose. Don't worry about it. We had a Jeff do that one game. Like, I had 2 throwers back to back. Not only was it the same map, but same thrower. Well, not the same person, but throwers on back to back, same maps, same back to back games. One of them just went, oh, we're not doing good enough for my liking, so I'm gonna sit and spawn. And that was Hawkeye. And Jeff went, oh, it's 3rd point. We full capped. No. Because he stayed in there and then we lost. So we almost full capped. I know it was right there at that plaza at the end. It was the Kunlun map. So it was right there in that plaza at the end where they had to get to. And they hit 3rd point, and Jeff just decided, oh, they got this far, so we might have already lost. We just might as well have already lost. And he stopped playing the game. He just did this sitting down emote and stayed there the entire match. And he didn't get banned for it. He didn't get restricted. And even if he did, it would have just been a light pat on the back. Like, these placement matches are bad because there's sometimes you lose, and it's entirely out of your control. You can play DPS. You can play the best DPS in the world. But if your team gets romped by their tanks, if your tanks never move forward, and their tanks just bully you, the rest of your team, the carry potential just isn't there. And then on tank, you can play the best tank possible, but if your supports are getting dove and they can't keep up with it, or they're not moving forward with you, they're not healing you, they're wasting their ults or not using their ults at the right time, you will lose. Like, there's times where you can play a game so well and there's nothing. I played Mag one of my placement matches that we lost, and I was on point by myself for so long. I was the only one fighting on point. My entire team, because of course I'm solo tanking. Of course I'm solo tanking. I am on point, or I'm fighting to get on point, and my entire team is like around the corner. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, well, they're playing Angela, and they grabbed the DPS. Are you kidding me? You needed 5 people to look at the Angela because they grabbed a DPS. Like, I understand we gotta turn around and peel for our teammates, but you needed 5 people to look at an Angela because they grabbed our DPS. Come on, man, you can't just leave me to die while I'm the only one trying to get to point. And then when we use our support ults, we had Cloak and Dagger, the easiest support ult to get to point. We're playing Magneto. They're not playing Mag, or Iron Man, or Hawkeye, or Punisher, or any of the people to insta-kill her ult. She uses it back and forth and hides in corridors. Dude, come on. That is the easiest one to get to point with, and you don't even have to hide from anything. Like, there's things that you can do, and it's genuinely out of your control. You can't carry every game, especially when we have the problem with the placement matches, where there's people in those placement matches that are way higher skilled than you, or way less skilled than you, and it's thrown off the entire balance, and I feel like I can't play the game in a fair way anymore. It just seems like it's a coin flip. Who gets the better players on their team? And sometimes I'm expected to be the carry, and sometimes I'm expected to be the carry on my team, but there's someone who's like a Celestial player who's the carry on the other team. I've seen it happen so many times. And sometimes I do have games that are really close that makes me feel like, oh yeah, the matchmaking's working, I'm in my skill level. And then the very next match, or like, but then you just get washed, and you get absolutely washed, and it's not even close. If it was close, then I'd be like, oh, whatever, it's a loss, you know. It happens, skill diff. I just need to get better. But it happens to the point where, like, I'm 1 in 8 on tank, dude. That never happens. My DPS have gotten 1 kill amongst all of them. Like, what? This is not in my skill level. These people are clearly leagues better than me. Or at least most of them are. So what am I supposed to do? I don't know. I think that maybe if you exceed plat and you start hitting diamond, then you just get put down 7 ranks, or you can opt in or out of placement matches. Like, make it a choice or make it only for the people in the low ranks who genuinely need it to get out of bronze 3, or else you're going to be playing with people who can't shoot anything but the cart, and people who are in gold. Like, because of how many people across so many different ranks get slammed together in bronze, I understand why. Like, I understand why people down there would need them. But, like, dude, come on. I can't get back to diamond at this rate unless I stop. Like, unless I stop playing, wait for people to move on, and people to stop being down here. And then I play, but then I'm smurfing. Then I'm the smurf who peaked higher up and playing with and romping on all the gold people, and that's not fun for them, right? Even if that fixes my problem, it's only making their problem worse. And I guarantee you there's people who are higher than me or around my same rank waiting and doing the same thing I'm talking about doing. I'm just going to wait until all these people blow out of here, and then I'll play. And that's not good. That's not good for your game. I don't know what the solution is. I'm just a loser in my bedroom right now with my ties behind me. with my ties behind me. But I don't know. I feel like there should be some solution to fix this. Either make the placement matches better, allow me to opt out of them and take the 7-rank hit instead, or do something, man. Alright, yeah. Wet Willy!